welcome to DIY Crafts. Today we are doing pretty cool craft. We are going to be doing our hopefully couple week long screen printing endeavor. So today I'm going to show you a super simple way to do some screen printing. Super cheap. Ideally you do it with the things that you have at home already. Ladies, you'll definitely more than likely have these supplies. Gentlemen, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but I'll explain. So first things first, you'll need a t-shirt or a towel, whatever you plan to screen print. So for me, I have this gray tank top, green tank top that I've had for quite a long time, and it needs some bedazzling, if you will. So the second thing you're gonna need is some wax paper, cardboard, a piece of wood, something just to put in between your t-shirt. So I'm gonna put my wax paper right in the middle of my shirt here. Sorry for the noise. And this is just gonna help it so it doesn't bleed through, because I don't want whatever I'm screen printing to end up on both sides of my shirt. I just want it on one side. So just like that. And that also helps give me a fairly flat surface. The third thing you're going to need is pure acetone. So ladies, you will probably have this at home. This is nail polish remover. Gentlemen, you may have it in your garage if you are a painter or if you are a woodworker, or I have no idea why else you would use acetone, but acetone is really good for getting rid of removing gel nail polish or fancy nail polish in like a breeze. So I have 100% pure acetone here. You are going to need a scraper of some sort. This is a paint scraper of some sort. You can also use a credit card or anything that has a pretty durable thing going on here. You'll also need some painter's tape. And finally, you'll need a paintbrush. So those are the supplies you'll need. But then how am I going to get what I want on this t-shirt? Well, this is where you're going to use your creative side. You can print a picture. You can go to Publisher or Canva or Inkscape or any other of those creative suites and create your own fancy whatever you want, whatever image you're interested in. So for me, I have printed out this, which is actually the right way on your side. You should be able to read this. Whereas for me, it is the mirror image of this. Because what I want to do is I want to put this face down on my t-shirt. And if I put it face down on my t-shirt, and then you guys go to read it, it's going to be backwards. So for me, this is backwards. For you guys, it should be exactly forward. So librarian, because book wizard isn't an official job title. Yes, I am a Harry Potter fan. That's all I can say. All right, so I have my t-shirt. I'm ready to go. I have my paintbrush. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lay my image, whatever image you have. It could be an image of your dog. It could be librarian, because book wizard isn't an official job title. It could also be engineer, because mathematician isn't an official job title, although it is. Pick your pleasure. This is your opportunity to get creative. And hopefully you guys have these supplies at home. The only kicker with the image, this is one of those really few cases where you have to use a laser jet printer. A lot of times when you do image transfers or any type of screen printing in this regard, it requires an inkjet printer. But for this version, you need a laser jet printer. So go ahead, print your fun things, whatever you want. Make sure you mirror image it if it's one of those things that you can only read one way or you can only look at one way. If it's a picture of your dog, I don't think it matters if he's facing this way or if he's facing this way. You'll be able to see him one way or another. But for me, because these are letters and you want to be able to read it and I don't want to have to turn it inside out, I want to make sure that that is in reverse image. So what you are going to do, you're going to lay your image down flat, like so. And then you are going to start to paint on some of this acetone. And I hope you guys can see this okay. I don't have like the greatest angle for my camera over here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pour a little bit of acetone. And by a little, I'm gonna fill pretty much this cap full, but allow me to put this paintbrush in it. And I'm gonna go ahead, take my paintbrush, and I'm just gonna start coloring or painting my paper here. And I'm gonna do a little bit at a time. So I'm gonna start with just the librarian, and then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna scrape it down. So you're gonna scrape it down. And you'll do this, and then maybe you'll go ahead and you'll do it one more time, just to make sure you got it really well. And you got all the letters, and go ahead and scrape it again. Leave that there. So all I'm doing is I am wetting this paper with the acetone and then using the scraper to kind of scrape the letters onto my t-shirt. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to continue doing that down this whole page. And I might just do a word at a time so the acetone doesn't dry super fast. And go ahead and just scrape it down. And then you're just going to continue doing that until you've officially scraped all the letters there are to scrape, or all the parts of the image there are to scrape. So just keep painting on that acetone, scraping it down onto your t-shirt. I have experimented with this quite a bit. I will tell you, it is not so easy to do it on a towel, but if you're doing cotton, perfect, works great. So t-shirts are really, really great for this. I will also tell you that this is not a professional. It looks professional, which is awesome. But unfortunately, it probably won't last too long. I've had a t-shirt that I've washed like 10, 15 times, and you can still see the letters, so clearly it lasts for a pretty long time. But I don't believe it's a sure thing. So once you've scraped all of your letters, you've done your acetone, what you want to do is just peel off a little bit and take a look and see if it's working. If it's not working, go ahead, go back, add a little bit more acetone, and go ahead and scrape a little bit more and see if you can get the rest of your image there. So I'm going to go ahead and scrape this on a little bit more. And I think you're better off doing it twice just to make sure that it actually is there and that it stays there. So go ahead, scrape that on. I'm going to grab a little bit more acetone. Acetone is also really stinky, so I highly recommend you do it in a fairly large area or a very ventilated area. It's nice out, so my windows are open. It's very stinky. So you're going to go ahead and scrape that all on there. And like I said, you might do this more than once just to make sure everything is on there. This is the second time going on it, and I just want to make sure that my letters are indeed going on properly. And then you know it works when you peel back just a little bit and you can see those letters are actually going through. So my L, for some reason, is not liking it. So I'm just going to do this L one more time. Hope for the best that this one works. Alright, and you guys ready for the big reveal? I'm going to peel the painter's tape off. Excuse me. Woo. Cool. Super awesome. Alrighty. So here we have it. Librarian, because the Blizzard is not an official job title. So go ahead and take the black paper out. And ta-da, you officially have a super cool t-shirt that you are ready to wear. So we have just taken this piece of paper, and we've taken all the ink from here and transferred it to here. So it looks pretty cool. It is by far not a professional t-shirt or a screen printing, but what did it cost you? This for me was an old t-shirt. I already had the acetone, and all I had to do was print the image, which luckily I have a printer at home. If not, the library is open for you to do some printing, make a reservation. And then voila, you just totally transfer it to a t-shirt. It cost me absolutely nothing to make this shirt, and I am ready to walk around with my librarian. Yay! So that is today's craft. Super simple, super easy. If you wanted to do it along with me, you could totally do it along with me. If not, you can just watch the video whenever you want to try it to refresh your memory on how to do it and what the steps are. I tried it on a towel, and I'll show you. This is just a regular cloth towel. I wanted to kind of make the hand towel look pretty cool, but when I tried it on a towel, it's just not, it's very faded. So it's possible that I might have needed to go over it a lot more, but as many times as I went over it, that's kind of as big as it went. And I think it's because the towel is so uneven, with all the fibers and stuff hanging out. So t-shirts work much better because they're more of a flat surface. You can do color, whatever color your printer will work, as long as you're doing it on a laser jet printer. Next week, if you guys want, grab yourself another t-shirt or a piece of towel or a sleeping bag cover or pillowcase cover, that's what I'm going for. And you're going to need, for our next version of screen printing, you're going to need some parchment paper, again, some saran wrap, I know, weird, another printed image of your choice, and an iron. So, parchment paper, I think black paper will work too, but parchment paper for sure will be much better. Plastic wrap, printed image, and an iron. And I will see you back here, and I'll show you one more, and I'm going to say one more, version of how to do some screen printing. The screen printing for next week is super temporary. It is one of those things that will probably only last one wash, unless you hand wash it. Or potentially wash it inside out on a gentle cycle. But we will take a look at that next week at 3:30. I will leave a list of supplies you need so you guys are ready if you want to do it with me next week. All right, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed my shirt, and I hope if you try this at home that you share the shirts or the awesome graphics that you make in the comments. Until next week at 3:30.